So, you are possibly thinking about making a move to Fishers, Indiana. Well, you have definitely come to the right place because in this video, I'm going to invite you to join me back here inside my laptop, and we're just going to go for a tour of Fishers. We're going to take you around the city. We're going to highlight some different places, show you some popular attractions, and if you stick around to the very end, I'm going to show you one of my favorite places in all of Fishers, and we're going to get after it right now. So if this is your first time to the channel and you are thinking about possibly making a move to Fishers, Indiana, or anywhere around the Indianapolis area, then I'm going to invite you to hit that subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications, and that way you will be informed and be in the loop with any changes regarding our Indianapolis area market. My name is Shauna Brooks, and my husband Jason and the rest of the team, we get calls, emails, texts every day from people just like you, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're thinking of making a move next week, next month, or even next year, it's never too early to reach out. We are more than happy to help you any way we can. So in today's video, we are going to focus primarily, specifically, on Fishers, Indiana. Now, Fishers is located on the northeast corner of Indianapolis. You can kind of see it over here. It's outlined with the red dotted line here. Fishers actually sits in Hamilton County, while Indianapolis, which is the capital of Indiana, is down here in Marion County. Now, a lot of people have chosen Fishers for a number of different reasons, but over the most recent years, Fishers has become one of the fastest growing areas in all of Indiana. Now, for the longest time, Fishers was just known as the town of Fishers, but 2009, 2010 is when it really started to see a lot of growth, and as of 2015, Fishers is now actually considered to be a city. The population of Fishers today is right about 98,000, which puts it just behind its neighbor to the west in Carmel, right here, which you can feel free to check out the video we have on Carmel. We have a couple of different videos on Carmel. But Carmel is just to the west of Fishers. Both of them are sitting in Hamilton County, and both of them are directly north of Indianapolis in Marion County. Now, I think part of the reason why Fishers has gained in popularity is because, a lot of folks, if they have a job in Indianapolis, it doesn't necessarily mean they want to raise a family in, downtown Indianapolis. So they want to be, close enough that they have not too far of a drive, but of course they're looking for activities, good schools, and Fishers definitely has that. Do not try Googling Fishers schools. It's actually going to be, the thing to Google would be Hamilton Southeastern Schools, and they definitely do have an excellent reputation. You can see that to get from Fishers to Indianapolis, you're going to have a couple of different options here. Primarily, what a lot of people do is, they're going to hop on 69. They're going to come south to where it joins 465 right here, which is the belt loop around Indianapolis. And on any given day, it's not going to be horrible to get from Fishers to Indianapolis. But I will tell you that during rush hour, they refer to this area right here as the I-69 corridor. And during rush hour, traffic can really, really be congested up there. So if you're wanting a long commute, some people like that. They like to unwind, maybe listen to a book on Audible, whatever. Some people deliberately want a little bit of a commute to kind of, separate the stress of work before they get home. So that may be a plus to you. Some people, go crazy when they have to sit in rush hour traffic. So that's definitely something you would want to keep in mind. One thing to consider if you are thinking about making a move to Indianapolis and you're going to be doing a lot of traveling either for work or just for fun, would be the distance from Fishers to the Indianapolis International Airport. Now, the Indianapolis Airport is on the southwest side of Indianapolis, while Fishers is in the direct opposite northeast corner, located outside of Indianapolis. So if you are needing to get to the airport a lot, you might want to factor in that depending on which way you go. Now, you're going to have a couple of different options here, depending on which road happens to be torn up at that time. It seems like we always have construction going on here in Indianapolis, but you're going to want to allow at least an hour, right at an hour, give or take a little bit depending on traffic, for you to get from Fishers to the Indianapolis airport. So that's something for you to kind of think about. Now, if you are in Fishers and you don't necessarily need to get to the airport so much, but you just need to get, downtown, perhaps downtown Indianapolis, then again, depending on which way you go, depending on traffic, it could be anywhere from, Google Maps is going to tell you 35 minutes, but in all reality, it could very easily be 45 to 50 minutes, depending on exactly where you're located in Fishers and exactly where you're going in downtown Indy. So another reason why I think Fishers is so popular is that there is a lot to do, I don't care how old you are, young or old, if you have kids, if you don't have kids, there is plenty to do. And if you mention Fishers, one of the first things that come to mind for locals around here anyway is an area called Prairie. And Prairie is located right over here on the very, very far west side of Fishers. It's very close to Carmel as well. Prairie kind of is right in between Carmel and Fishers, even though it technically does have a Fishers address. It is really close to the White River here, but Prairie is an area of over 800 acres that was built and developed by Eli Lilly back in 1934. And it was created to be a living history museum. So when you go there, what I mean by living history museum is that you can learn about Indiana history with people that look like they lived here a couple hundred years ago. And it's really neat. They are in full period costume. They speak as though it's a couple hundred years ago. They are doing, woodworking and blacksmiths and, whatever. Like they would have back then. The houses, the structures, the buildings are all true to that period, and it's really, really neat. A lot of times in our area here, it's usually about 4th grade where kids are learning about Indiana history, and they end up taking a field trip to Prairie. So if you're into history and would like something different, definitely join your kids, or you can just go up there. They're closed Monday through Wednesday, I believe, but they're pretty much open Thursday through Sunday, so you can find another day and time. It doesn't have to be on a field trip, but that would be a really, really neat spot to visit, especially if you have kids and you would like them to know more about Indiana history. Now, another cool thing about Prairie is that they have this really cool green, hilly area with an outdoor amphitheater. And throughout the summer months, there is usually a concert going on the weekends. It's usually the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra up there performing at Prairie, and you can Google Symphony on the Prairie to find out, the most accurate and up-to-date concert schedule. But really, really neat experience. You can bring your picnic blankets, bring your chairs, bring your own food, bring your cooler, but they've got lots of food trucks around there as well. At different times of the year, they'll have fireworks, not fire trucks. And it's just a neat place to visit, and definitely something you would want to check out if you're going to be here in the area. So another neat place you might want to check out or know about if you're thinking about making a move to Fishers, Indiana, is right up here. It is called Pinheads. And it's just a fun spot. It's a bowling alley. It's an arcade. It's a music venue. It's a restaurant. It's a bar. It's not your typical bowling alley. I'd say it's a little bit more upscale. It's a great place to have a birthday party for any age. It's a lot of fun, but just a really nice, clean place. If your kids are more into the arcade thing, there's plenty of games for them to play. If the weather's nice, you might catch a game of outdoor volleyball there. It is located right here, right off of State Road 37. So if you happen to be traveling north on State Road 37, which my husband and I do quite often from time to time to visit family, you can see Pinheads from the road here. Great food, great entertainment. Like I said, if I mentioned it before, live music, just a lot of fun, and it would definitely be something you'd want to know about for sure. So another couple of places you're going to want to know about, probably especially if you have kids or grandkids, two different areas here. One of them is a little bit further north, Urban Air Trampoline and Adventure Park, and Adrenaline Family Adventure Park. Not too far from each other and very similar as far as activities and what they offer. These are great for kids that maybe have a winter birthday. I was a winter birthday. I am a winter birthday. Go February. But there's just tons of indoor stuff to do for kids there. Great place for birthday parties. They have trampolines, zip lines, arcade, climbing wall, rope challenges, whatever, rope climbing, all that good stuff. So one of them, the Adrenaline Family Park, is located right off of 69, if that's where you end up landing. Closer to 69 or Urban Air Adventure, again, is just north of Pinheads that we mentioned earlier and not far from Prairie. So again, if you have kids or have a reason to never want to have kids, visit one of those places. But lots of excitement, lots of adrenaline in either one of those spots for sure. So we've mentioned a couple of spots for kids: Prairie, Urban Air, Adrenaline, Pinheads, although Pinheads can be for adults as well. But if you're not looking for areas for kids and you want a more adult scenic vibe, then you definitely might want to check out River Glen Country Club. It is absolutely gorgeous. I think their tagline is something like, at some point you'll have to stop admiring the scenery and hit the ball. It is absolutely gorgeous. Tons of trees all around. You really feel like you're just going through a park. There's trees, there's water, there's ducks, covered bridge, beautiful clubhouse. Even if you're not into golf, you may just want to, hop on the golf cart and go along for the ride and just enjoy the scenery. Really, really pretty golf course there at River Glen for sure. Another popular golf course that you may want to check out if golf is your thing is not far at all from River Glen. You've got River Glen right up here. I'll kind of pull it over a little bit. Definitely further on the west side near the White River. But over here east of I-69, you have Ironwood Golf Course as well. Definitely another popular golf course in the Fishers area. This is a 27-hole course. For me personally, not that I'm going to be playing golf at either one. I just like the scenery at River Glen better. So if you're into scenery, River Glen might be your choice. If you really don't care, then you're probably just going to see which one has the best tee times available at the best price. But remember both River Glen and Ironwood if golfing is your thing. Now, if you have been paying any attention at all to this map here, then you have probably noticed this area right here. This is known as Sunblest. There is also Sunblest Farms, which is in this area as well. Now, you will see if you're driving around, you might see Sunblest Apartments Convenient apartments very close to I-69 if you're needing to get downtown quickly. Also, Sunblest Farms is one of the more established neighborhoods in all of Fishers. It was developed back in the 1970s. It's not necessarily your cookie cutter neighborhood. Not every home looks exactly like the one next door, so they have good sized lots in there. Community pool, playgrounds, walking trails. So lots and lots that it offers there in Sunblest Farms. Now, if we blow this up a little bit, a new perk of Sunblest Farms is that it is also very close to the nickel plate district here, which was developed just a few years ago. Very, very popular. There is an amphitheater there, lots of cool restaurants, lots of stuff to do. So from Sunblest Farms, if you were right over here and if you absolutely had to, you could probably walk home without a problem. By the way, if you are not familiar with the nickel plate district, it is a super cool area right here. Just a little bit north of 116th Street, a little bit west of I-69, named after the Nickel Plate Railroad that used to run through the middle of Fishers. This is an area, it's vibrant, it's been recently revitalized over the last few years, and it's just got a little bit of everything. There are some cool murals for you to take in, lots of neat little coffee shops, fine dining, but the restaurants aren't your typical franchises that you would see in other places. So again, it kind of gives you that maybe vacation feel. It's very walker friendly, so lots of walkways to get around. You could be on a bike, you could be in your car if you want, but it's kind of more fun to take it in with the great outdoors being out of your car. It's a combination, you know, there is residential, there is commercial stuff. There are also some high-end like apartments, townhomes there for people that want more of the, you know, work-play lifestyle, but just a lot to see there. Obviously, you can see the amphitheater right here, which is an outdoor amphitheater. We will have a list of the most recent concerts down in the description below, but if you are not familiar with the Nickel Plate District, you really ought to check it out. You'll be doing yourself a favor if you do. Other places nearby, close to the Nickel Plate District that you would want to check out, Portillos. Again, I mentioned earlier, I'm from Chicago. Portillos is from Chicago. Back in the day, I always loved their Chicago dog. Absolutely delicious. However, my husband recently got me hooked on their Italian beef, and it is amazing. You can choose how much juice you want on there. The bread is fresh. It's delicious. Their chocolate cake is amazing. I think they also have a chocolate cake milkshake, which I have not tried, but it sounds amazing. You've got to check out Portillo's. Their fries are amazing. Plus, if you're in the area, then after you grab your hot dog or your Italian beef, you may just want to head on up to Top Golf, which has become a very popular area in the last couple of years where you can, work on your golf swing, whatever, have a bite to eat, have a cocktail. Now, it's a little weird. I got to tell you the truth. Every time I'm driving by 69 here, I'm always wondering if one of those golf balls are going to hit my car. But two really, really fun places that you would definitely want to check out. Now, we definitely cannot do a map tour or any video about Fishers, Indiana, and not talk about Geist Reservoir. Right here on the map, this ginormous area of blue water is known as Geist Reservoir, and it is situated here in Fishers, close to McCordsville as well. It's a 1,900 acre lake. It was formed back in the 1940s, and it's got something for everybody. Tons of fish, largemouth bass, crappie, everything in between. Because the area is so huge, you've also got, any sort of water sport that your little heart desires, jet skis, just shuffling along in your pontoon. There are sailboats, water skis, whatever you want, you can do it there. Some restaurants up along there. There are also lots of high-end luxury homes. If you want to be on the water and you want to simultaneously impress everyone you know, then tell them you live on Geist. That's all you gotta say. You don't even have to try to pronounce Reservoir. It's okay. There are townhomes, there are condos, but there are lots of high-end luxury estates as well. Lots of parks. Just a great place if you want to spend the day outside. Geist Reservoir is definitely where you want to be. It's also hosted a number of fishing tournaments over the years. Just a super cool place. Definitely something, if water is your thing, if you want to feel like you're on vacation, but you haven't really, addressed the fact that you're stuck in the Midwest in Indiana, then definitely you want to check out Geist for sure.